And good evening, Internet. Hope you all are doing well. Happy 2025 from the Golden Feathers of Tiantang gang. Coming to you for the first time in quite a while, but I have exciting news for everybody who likes to watch this show, which is, a whole three people. But hey, you know what? You three people are super important. I am joined by my cast of merry folks here. And here in 2025, I finally now have a new work schedule. Yay! Which means I am off every single Tuesday. So, barring weather or some kind of player catastrophes, we should be here on schedule almost every other week, which is our schedule. So we play every other week. So if you can set your calendar, hopefully by us now, and we're going to have a great freaking time. I'm going to step out of the way. We're going to do our intros and get rolling for tonight because we got a lot of content to cover this evening. So we're just going to go in order. Hi, Dakota.
Hey, hi, hello. I am Dakota Orshiro. I play Noct, who is elf wizard thing. I'm currently unconscious, so I'm gonna go grab a pillow. It's gonna be a good time.
It's time for a nap, bud. Thanks for playing.
Still haven't taken damage. Fuck you.
You know what? This could change
So
soon.
Bull from all the hiding in bushes and shrubbery.
Yeah, that's right, motherfucker. That's right, motherfucker.
Stormburst.
Bull, I will assure you that by the end of this campaign, he will have taken a plethora of damage. So don't worry.
I hope so.
So good evening. Over to you, Bull. Hi.
Oh,
hello.
Hi.
Oh, hi.
Hi, Bull. Crumgarden. I'm a little dwarf. I got a sassy hammer. That could be it. That could be it. Yeah.
Yeah. Bull sassy or
Graham.
Anyways, that's for the fan fiction later.
That's me.
We'll get to that. Good evening, Damon. How are you?
I am great. Hi, I'm Damon. I am playing Tayo Dorgon, your wood elf fire cleric, or light domain cleric, I should say, who is holding something together and holding someone apparently at this moment. An unconscious someone who
out there
plays with fire and gets burned.
You know what? Sometimes when you mess with the bull, you get the horns.
I resent this.
Resemble.
There was a
resemble.
Shiny, I am just a bird. Okay.
Resemble the remark.
Right into that glass wall you went. Good evening, Amador.
Speaking of birds, hi, I'm Amador. I play Racing Foot, the local rogue owlin soul knife funny guy. I just work here. Yeah. That's me.
I have missed you guys so much, and that smooth transition was perfect. So we're going to slide on over to Brave's DMs and say hi. Good evening, sir.
Hi, I'm Brave. I'm in drag tonight as Riggin Rax. And I will be your kobold cleric zealot thing.
Oh my god, I love it. And I cannot wait to pick back up and see what kind of crazy shit Rig comes up with from here on out, because truly one of the many highlights of this game for sure. And we are still down one player tonight. Priz is not with us as she is on sabbatical, and hopefully she'll be back soon. So fingers crossed. Let's go over a quick recap for you guys who didn't watch my 10-minute video that I sent the players this week, because I was being, such a nice guy trying to help us remember where the hell we exactly were in all of this. So quickly speaking, the last session that we had started at the Black Temple, or the desecrated Temple of Bahamut. You guys fought a multi-armed winged demon thing who was not very nice to some of you and didn't touch Noct pretty much at all. You guys managed to, after some pretty intense fighting, down the beast. After Ty basically turned into a spectral dragon head.
Intense.
Intense, yep. Listen, Linda, your time is coming. Ty's face essentially erupted into a spectral dragon and ended this crazy demonic entity. You then went into several different discussions in front of the Platinum Cube. Oh yes. Hello there, fire. We have made fire. I love that so much. Anyways, discussions ranged from the morality of life in different things to Ty, I need a hug, or I want a hug, and kind of a lot of different things in between. You talked about dispelling the magic that the cube is essentially made of, and through several different insights and things, decided that that probably wasn't the best idea to try and do. And so you inferred a few things, and during that time, Ty had like a kind of like a vibration or a lightly like a thrum in his pouch, and he pulled out one of the golden feathers that he had found, or Priz had actually found previously in an episode or two before that, and noticed that the cube had different indentations on it that were kind of like feather shaped, and there was 8 of them to be exact. And he took the feather, matched it up to the one that seemed to fit this particular feather, and you were all instantly either given a vision or blind and deafened. And I believe the only 2 that made the saving throw to see the vision was Ty and Grom. You saw an old man tending a garden, kind of around a koi fish pond, and there was a bunch of little yellow birds kind of all around him, just kind of chirping and jumping around. And he looked up and smiled at you, and then the smile turned to a twisted, kind of scared, painful face as each of the different canaries or birds started to like disappear in black smoke, like in some sort of black entity wrapped each one of them individually and like pulled them away. And in the very end of that scene, the old man was taken away by a square-shouldered figure wisped in black smoke, and he vanished as well. And Ty made a check to see if he could discern anything from that vision. And you were able to put some pieces together and figure out that the presumably the entity that took the man in the vision was the guy or the person who was riding on the back of the like Draco-Lich looking thing that destroyed the town of Key, which is where you guys began the campaign. So after inferring those things, you hem-hawed around a little bit more and then noticed behind the cube and behind the square dais that you guys are on out in the middle of this acid pool, that there was a large archway kind of against the far wall that you really hadn't noticed. This thing is like 20, 30, 40 feet high, 20, 30, 40 feet wide, and just darkened, except for this faint little blue light that flickered out from it from time to time. I believe most of you went over it first to check it out. Possibly Reese was the first one in the tunnel. I'm not sure. I think that's correct. And you ended up walking through this tunnel into another chamber that expanded into an immense and vast room, like this cavernous space, like large, almost larger than you can see in any one direction at this time with the given light in here. And in the center of this room was another kind of raised cylindrical dais or pillar, not super tall, with a set of steps leading kind of around it. And there was a 10-foot cauldron of what at the time appeared to be like blue flickering flames just kind of roiling on itself. When you got closer and started to investigate it, you noticed that at the tips of the flames, there was like little lightning bolts and electricity kind of like shooting in between all of the flames. So it was kind of like a mixture of flame and electricity. There we go. And while standing there discussing what this could possibly be, you noticed against the far wall in kind of a crescent shape around this was 8 more of these giant archways all set next to each other, kind of in a crescent shape around the room. And your good old buddy Noct decided that he was really going to do some intense investigation into what this potentially could be. Because when he arrived at the cauldron, he was called to it and used detect magic. And when he did, his eyes basically went white hot because there was so much intense magic within this room and right in front of him that he peed himself just a little bit in excitement. He didn't really do that, but I'd like to think that he did. And he decided to try to channel himself and channel through his arcana like pathways and try to see if he could discern any knowledge or something from this place, something from this flaming dais. And as he channeled and drove deeper and deeper and deeper into the weaves of magic, he got to a place where it's almost like time and space slowed down, and the flames and the light kind of like made spaces where there was shadow in between all of the individual light spaces. And in between those spaces, he noticed these like just ethereal threads, just millions of them, just all over the place, just zinging in all different directions. And the moment he tried to push past and discern what this potentially was, he got shoved back out of his channel. And as this was all going on, you all had got enveloped in a magical darkness that you couldn't see out of. And when he got shoved back out, the magical darkness went away, and Noct was left laying on the floor, basically in a catatonic state.
Yeah, I also took a piece of it with me.
And he is now being unconscious-y, as it were.
My inventory literally reads "piece of insane magic fire." That's what my inventory reads.
I love that. And so, not really knowing what the hell just happened, Reese looked up, and you all looked up, and the seventh door, it counting from left to right, was now flickering this like blue, white, wavy kind of energy across the face of the archway. And so Reese went over to try to investigate and see what this could potentially be. The lot of you eventually ventured over to it. Some discussion was had about potentially throwing the returning hammer through the possible portal or whatever it was to see if it would come back. To which Hammer replied, I don't really feel like time being different on the other side and being hung on somebody's mantle because it was 100 years before you came through. And there I was, not able to come back. You're muted.
I just said that was all speculation. I mean, like, it might have been fine.
I mean, it was a super great idea, but he didn't like it. And so eventually you all decided to just jump head first, and you went through the portal. When you got to the other side, you were standing in a field, overlooking a kind of descending set of terraces down to a lake. And amongst all of the terraced field, you could see just rows and rows and rows of tea leaves, tea fields, tea bushes, plants, whatever the hell they come from. This is so familiar, super familiar. That's the tea lady's house on the lake. But this was destroyed. How could this possibly be? And Gromgarn's like, I just don't trust this. And so through using his stone cunning and his ability to, know the finer points of things of such, he was able to discern that this was exceptionally illusory. And you all needed a place to go because you didn't know what to do. So you decided to go to the house anyway. So when you got there, you opened the door and found that it was turned and tossed just like it was in the opening of the game when you investigated the house originally, where everything on the inside was trashed. And there was a large set of scar marks or claw marks from the middle of the room out towards the door. And as you guys turned back to the door and started back out through the doorway to go wherever it is that you were going to try to go, you were no longer standing in the tea lady's house. You were standing in a desolate, dimly lit, shadow-filled, dusty, darkened sky with just ugly outcroppings of rock and twisted dead crags of trees next to you. And in the distance, you heard this sickly, echoing scream of some kind of something. And as Ty is holding Noct in his hands, you are dropped in this space. Welcome back.
Okay. Kind of. Is there? I'm gonna be really nasty. Is there any place that I could just like put Noct
Don't you do it. Don't you do it. That's fucked up.
over behind like something so that he can be safe? Sure the fuck am. Like,
Bush.
you want to be behind?
Do an investigation check to see if you can find a safe place to set your buddy.
Okay.
Maybe a nice shrubbery.
Yeah. Maybe a statue, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe
That
a
would be
box.
investigation. That would be a 13.
Okay. It takes you a few minutes, but you find like a set of rocks that kind of like it's kind of like in a three-piece like outcropping, and you think that if you were to sit him just right in the outcropping, that it would be possibly a cradle for him for a little bit.
Yep. So that's what I do. Just
Okay.
don't know what's gonna
Noct is
happen.
hanging out Noct is
So-
hanging out amongst the rocks.
Don't know what's gonna happen, but you'll be over here, unconscious, because I don't have time to treat you. So. Kind of.
Strike that noise from the record.
I'm just saying, if he's unconscious right now, I can finally hit him with Swordburst.
No, 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 no. We don't hurt our
He's
companion.
at full hit points.
Guaranteed crit.
Easy money.
Wow.
Easy
No.
money.
All
Let's
right.
try to figure out what's, because this isn't what we came into, or maybe it was because that was all illusion. I don't know, and that's what bothers me. So I'm kind of looking and trying to perceive this screech,
Okay.
if I can.
Do you want to do this alone? Do you guys want to take up a discussion and try to find some cover for a moment while you have a discussion? Like, tell me what the group wants to do in this moment where you find yourself not in Tiantang anymore.
I'd love to find some cover and have a discussion, you know? I think that's
You're totally hanging out on the rocks.
We should use him as a weapon.
Let's hide under him. Actually,
He can
I'm
take that down.
I'm just gonna go like drape him on my head while we had this
Oh.
discussion.
Okay, so let's go find. I guess we'll find a place to hide. Let's find some kind of place to cover ourselves, if nothing
I
else,
have a
because we have
human
no
shield.
idea what's happening.
Okay, one of you can roll with advantage, or each of you can roll a perception or investigation check to find cover.
I
Can I
have
just
a +6
insist?
to perception, so I can roll with advantage.
I have a
I don't
plus
know
7.
what y'all's is. All right, then you do it.
Ooh. Damn.
I'm very perceptive. That's the whole point.
Super perceptive.
All
Somebody's
the
gotta be.
perceptive.
Oh, goody.
Uh-huh.
20, 30.
Nice.
30-20?
Yeah, 30, 20.
Okay. Kind of looking to the left where you hurriedly had put Noct originally. You noticed that those rocks kind of turn into a little bit of like a cliff shelf essentially.
Okay.
And as you round that corner a little bit, there's some old dead twisted gnarled looking trees that have kind of grown together. But as you kind of turn your head, you're like, is that? There's a small little cave, or at least like an overhang where you guys could maybe get underneath and
Okay.
not be seen potentially.
And I will like whistle and like come over this way. Tell everyone to get this way. And then, Graham, you've got Nock's body right this time, right?
Carry
Got it.
him on the head.
There you go.
All right.
Like a little sombrero. Just
So Sombrero knocked Gromgarn, and the rest are heading over to.
fortunately I do not weigh much.
This is fair.
I'm a stocky little
you-
dwarf. I can carry you even if you did.
As you guys peel into the cavern, if you all could just roll a stealth check for me, just to see how well you as a group hide, and then I won't
got
bother you.
Give me a second.
I
Hold-
Yeah.
I got you.
Gromgarn gets to roll with disadvantage because of you knocked.
Oh,
No, I already
God.
roll with disadvantage. I'm wearing heavy plate.
I got
I
a
roll-
22. You like my 22, Tony? Does that?
Yeah, I
does that
do.
go
I do.
along?
You're sleeping. You're
I roll
sleeping.
at advantage.
Okay.
another dirty 20 for me.
Okay.
All
30,
right.
20.
Okay. All right. I rolled a 10 and an 11, so 11.
I
Okay.
got
Got
28.
17 with disadvantage.
Okay. 17, 20, 20, and 11.
28.
28.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good thing your rogue picked up the slack. You think that you are reasonably well hidden here in this cliff shelf cave. So begin your discussion as you wish.
Okay.
Shelf cave.
As we enter this cave, Rig is going to have a flash of brilliance from when he was drawing sigils outside the last thing we were at, and he's going to attempt to scribble out a magic circle.
In the cave.
Okay.
It takes a minute to cast, so might as well.
Oh, okay.
That's
something
fair.
defensive.
That's fair.
Okay.
We've got
Okay,
a-
while you're
Alright.
discussing,
Kobold doing
the
now?
kobold is out there doing axey, groundy, drawy things.
Nice.
Arts and crafts.
Okay. So we are not.
I love it.
Mhm.
Around the group where we got knocked stored.
Got it.
Perfect.
That's safe.
We're. I don't think we're in Tiantang
I can-
anymore.
I agree.
I have no idea where we are.
I don't know if it's a real place.
Well,
It's real enough to me, at least.
it feels real. Like I reach down and like grab earth and like feel it in my hand and
I
be like,
mean, real is just such a relative thing.
Almost subjective at this point.
yeah, true. With that, what should we do? Like we have. I love not trying to speak. That's great. Can't even see
Captain Piss
lips
Pants over here.
because they're
It-
not moving. But
I mean, we can.
try
We're
to look
familiar
over.
with the Tea Lady's home.
You can
Real
roll
space.
history or let's see, history. I would say roll me a history check if you'd like to try to ascertain if any of your knowledge or readings could, after seeing a bit of this space, if it jars your memory at all, what this could potentially be.
I will do that.
Oh,
my
wait, never
my
mind.
thought
That's
more was since we're
Sorry.
familiar with.
I thought that was a
um,
one.
You don't have any idea.
No, it was a 7, but it's 14.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's a 13. 13.
My
Okay.
my thought really was like since we're familiar with the home, why don't we go? This place is already like it's not going to get any more not real. It's not real. So let's go see how not real it is. I mean, I would say let's go actually look at inside the home.
Well, we've
Don't
already
take
been
the
in the
real
home.
fake.
But
This is someplace else, right? Like, is the house gone?
So if you peek back outside the cave, there is no house where you were standing.
Oh, okay.
You were just standing in the middle of like a, for lack of a better term, dimly lit, dry gulch kind of place.
Got it. So we're not where we were, nor are we where we were.
No.
So we are not in the dark tower, nor are we in what we thought was the tea lady's like home. We're now
You
somewhere
are
else.
you are where you have no. Currently, with a history check of 13, you're not sure where you are, unless anybody else rolled during that phase.
I'll try. I got 23. 19
Ooh.
plus 4.
Wow.
Picking up on some of the things that Ty just kind of repeats out loud, like just the general features of where you are, and just kind of thinking back through history and some different things. Amador, you one time remember hearing your master talking about a job that he did in a place that sounded very similar to where you are now. There's no sun in the sky. It's very shadowy, dimly lit, not necessarily misty, but just hazy. Um, it's almost like most of the color, or all of the color really, has been sucked out of this place, and it's just like a monochromatic landscape
It's
of
almost like
blah.
an A24 film. Yes, you're right.
Yeah, kind of like an A24 film. And you remember? Okay, thank you. Um, you remember him talking about doing a job in the Shadowfell
Ah,
one
okay.
time. And so you would surmise that you are very likely in the same place.
Okay. I deliver that, but in a Reese kind of way. Like, Master was here. They were probably in the Shadowfell. It kind of lines up with what we're seeing here. Can I piggyback off of the Shadowfell and do another knowledge check?
Certainly. What would you like to ascertain?
Maybe dangers, things to maybe expect in
Okay.
the
Sure.
Shadowfell entities.
Absolutely. Yeah, go for it.
What would you like me to roll?
You can roll history. You can roll nature, I suppose.
Arcana?
Possibly Arcana if you were checking on kind of like magical type entities, stuff like that. But yeah, you can pick one of those. If you can make a story out of it, go for it. Come on.
Let's go for nature. Why not? Natural
Okay.
occurrences in the Shadowfell.
All right.
Let's go with a 15.
Okay. Generally speaking, the Shadowfell is home to mostly like fiendish type things. Some devoid of life, some very much tied to different a hierarchy of demons and demonic things.
Mm-hmm.
Not so much devils, but definitely more on the demon side of things.
Okay.
So you could surmise that you could potentially run into some pretty scary, horrible things here,
Okay.
of varying size and degree.
Oh, okay. Well, demons, guys. Lots of demons. So we're gonna find here. So be on your wits.
Lovely.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure.
Ty's favorite.
Yeah.
I feel like I would like to wander out and just check on our glyphing kobold.
Yes.
Because I am nervous for no reason whatsoever.
Just have an itch. It's telling me something.
How long does it take you to cast a spell?
It's a minute, but
Oh, okay. So
do it around the mouth of the cave, like with the group, so that they're
only friends can enter. Is that correct?
yeah.
You finish your minute of artistic ability, and you now have a wonderful magic circle at the mouth of your hidey hole. And Grom, you walk out to see him finishing the last scratchings on the ground.
Well, this looks great. What's
Thanks.
it do?
Well, Rig kind of did this before, and it started to glow, and I think it's helpful. Rack says this helps.
And as you finish saying that, you watch as like just this little faint like burst of energy comes off of Rax and hits the circle, and the circle just gently like the like dirt and sand in the circle just vibrates softly, and then it just disappears into the ground.
Rick thinks this will keep Nock safe if Nock can't keep Nock safe.
Good plan.
Very good.
If we don't have a house we can use as like our frame of reference, I feel like Gromgarn's a wanderer, and I would err on the side of I want to wander and see what's up. I mean,
Yeah, that's
don't
fair.
think
You
that
haven't
would
gone
be
anywhere
hurt by being
to
in the
look.
cave.
You
Yeah.
haven't looked at all, so
So you're
I'm not gonna do that on my own. Like I mean, I might, but I feel like I would pose to the group that like somebody should stay with Nock.
you kind of have somebody who can, anyways, continue.
So if we want to start looking around, that's fine. I'm going to stay here just in case.
Mhm.
I'll stay with Knocked and maybe see if I can figure out a way to wake him. We'll see. But
Reese is sneaky.
hmm?
Reg is fast. Reese is sneaky. We
Mhm.
could scout team.
I could fly too.
Yeah. And you know where to go. And I don't want to put. What does this circle do?
Mer?
Oh God.
That is so fucking beautiful.
I
love it.
So I don't know if I need to roll or not, but this would, I think, be comfortably within the realm of magic that I would at least have a passing understanding with. Is it not?
I worry that Rig just
Just roll an Arcana check with advantage.
Okay.
Rig just magic circle.
Makes good. We're good. All good.
It's a 19.
It's a glyph of exploding. You read it, you blow up.
That's it. Glyph of warding. Glyph of warding.
I did the wrong
Yeah.
circle.
It's actually
It's what a
just symbol.
semicircle.
He didn't even do glyph of warding. He did a full-on symbol. We're all gonna fucking die.
Yep. Yep.
I feel like
Symbol of
I
death.
would explain to the group. Well, it can be several things. Most specifically, this is really good at killing things that aren't supposed to be here.
Oh.
So
Wow.
good at that.
So
Theoretically,
cool.
we're all supposed to be here. Don't make friends, and we should be fine.
Awesome. So yeah.
No more waifs. We cannot bring on a waif. This was not written with a waif in mind. No
That's
more
fine.
children.
So
So we could just leave him in, right? We could just.
we could. I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, I
Wow.
feel like Ty could probably work on possibly
Yeah.
healing. No.
I'm going to try to wake him up in some way, shape, or form. If I can. I have no idea what happened, and we've been running for like the past 10, 15 minutes, so we can't really like do a quick medicine. So I will stay with Knocked.
And the rest of us can go out.
If the rest of you can, if you all want to go like searching, I think that's fine.
Alone in a cave together.
The box of scraps.
A light domain and a night elf. Ooh.
Ooh. Yin and yang.
Oh my God.
I think those are different characters. This is not Ty.
100%.
Shiro and Kuro aren't here. What are you talking?
Yeah.
All right.
All right, so we've got Team Stay and Team Go. So Team Go, go ahead and tell me once you leave the cave what you're doing, how are you preparing, and where are you trying to head? What is your objective?
Grom, I feel like you have a better gut feeling than I do in some situations, and I think that's one of them right now. What is your what are you feeling? What are you feeling? What should we do?
That way. I'm just
I
gonna
like
start real
that.
confidently walking.
Arbitrary that way.
Natural
I'm
born
really
Beautiful.
confidently walking that way.
I love it. I love that so much. Okay. So you guys go that way for about 10 minutes. And as you're walking, you're taking in the scenes. It's terribly dry here. It almost looks like the life force or water has just been literally sucked out of everything here, and it's just dried, shriveled. Not a lot of anything.
You're just describing where I live. I hope you know that.
Look, we are not playing in Southern California right now in the desert, but maybe someday.
Maybe someday.
Maybe someday. So as you walk, roll me a perception check if you would, please.
All of us?
Sure.
You
Everybody
know,
who's out adventuring.
Jesus.
one of these days we'll get to go to the elemental plane of fire for sure. For
Can
sure.
I use my passive perception?
No. Not if you're actively trying to perceive. No.
That's
23.
an 8. I am just walking that way.
Yep. You are
I-
full on committed.
I got a 17.
Okay. Did Rig go with you guys?
Mhm.
Okay, Rig, did you roll, or were you just
23.
toddling along? 23. Okay.
Oh my
as you
God.
guys are toddling along, trying to keep a watch out the best you can, Grom, you are just certain that whatever the hell you need to find is in this direction, and you are just going straight there. Reese,
Mhm.
after about that 10-minute mark hits and you don't see just really much different topography or a whole lot of difference, you start to question whether you're going the right direction. Rig, as you're just, bebopping along, just kind of humming a little happy tune and looking at racks every once in a while, you get this like ping in your head that Rax is telling you probably should stop for a minute. Yeah, you should. Rig, you need to stop. Stop.
Can I comically tumble over, like freeze?
Yep. And they keep walking, and you're just standing in the middle of the path. Do you say anything? Do they
what else
notice?
what else do I feel about this situation?
It- there's no words anymore. It's just more a feeling of like that kobold sense of when you need to go into hiding.
Should start digging a hole.
Oh my god.
Are there any like crevices or crannies around that I could scuttle into?
So as you look to the left, you see like you're kind of walking between two. It's kind of like a washed out bowl almost where you're walking. And to the left, there's a crack in the wall that's probably big enough for you and maybe your friends to slip into. Maybe.
I'm gonna make for the hole. And I would like to for some flair I'd like to use what is it? Lightning lure to snatch a dagger off of Reese's pocket because he would notice that. Be like, shiny.
Okay. You do so, and you watch as your dagger goes sailing through the air back to your little kobold friend as he's running for this crack in the wall.
What
I
in
thought you were going to try and lure Hammer for a minute.
I thought about it, but I didn't know if he'd notice.
Oh, he would notice. Hammer would be screaming at it.
Fuck, that was beautiful.
Give us a recent perception check. Maybe not.
That was beautiful.
Do I notice that there's
Oh, absolutely.
What the fuck? Grab, I think Rig, he's leaving. It's going the wrong way.
Turn around. Huh.
I
Start
go,
very confidently walking towards the direction.
going the
As
hell
the lot of at Rig, as you get to the crack, Rig, it is big enough for you to get into. So you slip into the crack with no problem. When your other two friends get there, it's not really wide enough for them to get into without a good squeeze. Everybody roll a perception check for me as you're trying to stuff the three of you into this crevice.
As they approach and try to scuttle in, I would like for Graham to not so subtly bump against my axe, and then he triggers the axe to reduce his size.
Yes.
Uh,
I am now
is
very
there
confident. Tiny.
do they have
and
to
marching around.
Do they have to be willing?
Can I?
This is an ability you gave
then
me,
I
Axe,
will
so-
No, I
voluntarily
know. No.
participate.
No. I completely and 100% am here for this.
Will it
It
shrink
works
If
my
however
he's-
you want it to work.
It shrinks everything it's worn and carried upon you.
Yeah, then me and Hammer are fine being tiny because I just got an 11 perception, so I am
You
just
gave the item to me with this
marching.
ability. This was not my idea.
I know, and I love it.
I don't know. Is there a thing for that?
If you're gonna save against it, then yeah.
Yeah, if
I
you're
mean,
gonna
I'm
resist
not
it,
saving.
you could just choose.
Well, I
to
mean, my
fail.
movement speed's already really small. I don't know if I really want it to
Well,
be.
you're
that much
you're
smaller.
going medium to small.
So you and Rig fit. Reese, you're still having kind of a tough time getting tucked in here, but because of your nature and the armor that you're wearing,
I was gonna say,
I would
do,
like.
do I get?
I would like. What was your guys' perception checks? I know he got an 11.
I have 13 and a 9 plus 4.
Rig, what'd you get? Did you roll one?
The original one, or was there another
No,
one?
no. This is a new one for being in here.
Intents and
21.
purposes.
21.
I mean,
Rig, you hear this high pitched screech as you turn your head, and as all of you watch Rig turn their head to look back out the crack, you finally catch that sound at the same time. As you hear beaded wings coming over the top of this cliff where you are. And you look up and you see this like spiny, bony, shadow-filled protrusion of a thing flying through the air. And it's flying away from you at this point. Reese, I'm gonna need you to roll me
Away from
a
us, like,
dexterity. Roll me a dexterity check and see if you can activate your armor and slip into this space without being noticed.
is it flying like towards our friends, or what direction?
It would be flying kind of like in a between direction, so they're a little more to the right than where it's going currently. It would be more like flying not to them, but kind of off to the side of
Vaguely
that.
in
a
that
little bit.
area.
Vaguely in that direction.
I got a 10 and I rolled a 3.
Okay. As you touch your hand to your chest and begin to feel the armor kind of like evaporate your being just a little bit, you haven't really sat down and had a lot of time to like play with this and get to know it super well. And you're in a really heightened state of like, oh shit. And so you fuck something up and you revert back to yourself. And as you do, you're reaching in and you grab a loose rock. And when you pull yourself inside, basically like head into the sand in a bucket like this, trying to, it breaks free and like flies over your shoulder and on the ground. And you, Rig, you watch as this entity like does a up in the air and turn around and hover and is now looking back in your direction.
The irony is
And
not
you hear
lost.
that same screech. and it's now tucked its wings and is like diving towards the hole. I'm gonna need you guys to roll initiative, please.
Wasn't my
we're so
fault.
far away from our friends.
There's 3 of us.
Another
Our 10-minute
successful
run.
fight where I take no fucking damage. Oh, yep. Easy money, baby.
How far away from our friends we could involve them in this?
We could use Noct as a shield. Provide half
Gotta
cover.
run.
Damn it! I left my shield in the cave.
Uh-oh.
No, I meant knock.
That could... Oh, fuck.
3/4
That's so
Would have
good.
been a solid shield, to be honest.
You make a great shield.
That's
I mean, the
fucking
fact that nothing
crazy.
ever hits is kind of
Okay,
perfect.
25 to 20. 20 to 15.
Hold on, I didn't roll because I was looking at something.
Was I supposed to roll?
I'm at 15.
No, this is just for the
Okay,
people who
awesome.
are in who
Got
are
it.
there.
No, we're alone in a cave, just you and me.
Just,
Yep,
the
just
2
hanging
of
out.
us.
Just the two of us.
That was a
We can
15 for
make-
me, Tony.
A 15?
I got a fucking 8.
Okay. How does the rogue get an 8? Great
He
question.
Shit his pants.
He rolled bad. He's
The
trying to get
brown-
inside. That actually makes
Listen,
sense.
He's not
Rig,
me
what'd you
with
get?
initiative, okay? Come on.
15.
15. Whose dex is higher, Grom or Rig? Or would you like to roll these? It's totally up to you.
I have a 2.
I have a 1.
Grom, what's your dex? 1. All right, so Rig goes first.
How big is this immovable rod?
How big is an
I
immovable rod?
forgot you had that.
We gave him a lot of
Um,
stuff we probably shouldn't have, but
I would say an
Great that
immovable
you had
rod is probably 12 to 16 inches in length, roughly.
Pretty big.
Okay.
Wow, that's a pretty big rod, if you ask me.
I mean, let's
Big
go with
one.
12. 12 inches. It's a foot
Ooh,
long.
Still a pretty big.
It's a
rod.
foot long.
Notable rod.
That is a notable rod.
That
For
is-
Kind of
Sure.
thin, though. Kind of thin. Little depressing.
This is diving at us.
Well, you
at
haven't
high
pressed the
speed,
button
though.
yet.
Oh, fair. Okay, so what are you going to do? The screeching, flying ugly is about 30 to 60 feet above the hole at this point.
Who's up first in this? Is it me?
I imagine it's you unless
I-
it's the other way.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. Are we trying to run back to our friends, or
You're stuck in a crevice with a fucking giant Death Eater thing flying at your hole.
I think you've been walking for like 10 minutes.
You're not far from your friends. You're only 10 minutes away, but 10 minutes is 10 minutes.
That's a long time in turns.
That's a
Shit.
long
long
time
time.
in D&D, baby.
Rig was going to shakily put his arm out of the hole with the immovable rod and click the button and go ding.
Okay.
I'm not getting in here.
Oh, I see what you're
Tried to
saying.
make
So
it
you
up.
turn. Are you trying to make it to where, like, if it hits this thing, it's just gonna like,
Impale itself on it. Yeah.
yeah, essentially. Fuck. Okay.
High speed, like-
Spike.
Here, birdie, 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 birdie.
So you.
Small and thin, perfect for puncturing.
You know, my fucking players never cease to amaze me with their creativity. So you reach out and click the rod and duck back into the hole, waiting for this thing to do whatever it is it's going to
Impale
do.
itself. That's the word.
Do
you're
whatever
looking
it's
for.
going to do. Yeah. Are you doing it pointed end towards, or are you turning it sideways so that it hits it like with maximum like surface
is-
area?
No, it is the longest,
Yeah.
thinnest spikes for the most punctury.
Most punctury.
You go with
Okay.
the tip first. Tip.
Yeah.
Tip always first. The tip,
Tip to base.
the foot long is tip first. Got it.
Yep.
Got it. Okay. So, that's your action. Do you want to move at all? And do you have a bonus
Cower.
action?
I
You
cower.
cower. Okay.
Hold my head.
Holding Rex. Holding Rex. Okay. Bracing for impact. Got it. 1,800 feet. You know what, Ty? All right, so we're going to move next on the initiative order at Gromgarn. You watch as Noct reaches out, not Noct, excuse me. Let's try that again. As as Rig clicks the immovable rod in place, is there anything that you want to do on your turn? As this screeching entity is now about 25 feet from the hole.
Oh, it's only 25 feet away?
Uh-huh.
I thought it was way further away.
Coming into high
Mm-mm.
speed.
Oh, I'm chucking the fucking hammer at it.
It's doing a fucking Peregrine Falcon dive at your hole. Phrasing.
My hole
There's
hasn't had
so
this
many
much
things
attention.
Oh,
so long.
God, there's
Well,
so
your
many
hole
things
is about to get all the attention.
My
It's
hole's
okay.
about to
He's
be
got a
so damn
rod ready
stuck
for it.
here.
Okay.
He does.
The rod's
Car
in
ramrod.
place.
Say car ramrod.
I sit
It's
on
been
the
activated. Okay.
I sit on the rod. No, I am.
I
I'm only
mean,
25 feet away. I am.
That might be a
100%.
bit of a trick.
It is immovable.
It really is.
It's movable, but I'm not.
That's very dangerous.
The unstoppable
I'm
force.
I'm gonna. I was just double checking something. Can I use? All right. So with Warcaster, I have to do the cast first, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Forecaster is only when you're doing it's a reaction
Reactions.
to like
Oh, sorry,
someone
not,
going
not
away.
Warcaster. My other fucking thing, War Magic. But I need to do a weapon attack first. I'm throwing
Okay, what are you throwing? Hammer?
a hammer.
Okay.
A hammer, found a birdie for you.
Toss that hammer. Can you do me a favor? Can you do me a favor?
Sure.
So you're super fucking tiny, right? Or small right now, right?
Oh, am I? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you're reduced. Can you describe for me how you throw your hammer past the immovable rod?
The hammer is also tiny.
Mm-hmm.
I'm running up the immovable rod.
I don't
know if
think
you're
you're
that.
that small. Yeah, I don't think
You're
you're
not-
that small.
You like go from
Then I'm
dwarf size
scooching
to
along the
gnome
immovable
size.
You go from like
Fine,
5
then
foot
I'm
to 2.5
scooching
feet.
along it.
Are you sitting on it?
Yeah. It's
like a-
immovable.
Is this like an innuendo or? kind of,
It's immovable.
I was supposed to you're sending me signals,
Athletics
bro.
or acrobatics
It's the
to stay
solution to
on
its own problem.
athletics or acrobatics to stay
Or-
on the
hey,
rod
Or
to throw the
Constitution.
hammer.
Come on, you can make
Rick
him roll
gave me a rod.
Constitution.
I'm getting on
I
that
don't
rod,
want to do that.
All right.
I don't
I'm
want to do
getting
that.
on that rod.
I want acrobatics or athletics first, please.
That's going to be a 19 athletics.
Okay, you are firmly scooching up the rod.
I'm firmly scooching up Rig's
He's
rod. Got it.
clenched up on that rod.
Yep. Just slide my way up Rig's rod.
All
told you.
clutched
The
up.
bird.
I told you all you had to do was hit the button. That's
He's
it.
for the pole. He's for the pole.
Jesus
Uh,
Christ, you all.
I mean, it gets me closer to the bird. Do I get
It
advantage
does.
now that I'm closer to the bird?
Gotta get you close to something.
Okay, throw it. What's your
Somebody's getting
attack roll?
close.
I'm getting real close on this rod. That is going to be a 19.
Okay, 19 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Nice indeed.
Holy
Do you remember at the beginning of this campaign when you guys just kept doing lots of dumb fucking stuff and I said that I really wish that I knew how to draw?
Yeah. Is this
Like,
one of the
I
moments-
wish that I was a great sketch artist so that I could just sketch this fucking scene, but I can't do that. And I'm not good enough at writing AI prompts, so that's not going to work either.
we can
I can
harass
try.
the child.
Tough.
I'll try and write a prompt for it. That's going to be 10
Great.
damage.
10 damage. Okay. You scooch up the rod and you throw hammer, and
Right,
hammer's like, what the fuck are we? And it smacks the entity right in the top of the wing, and it kind of glances off the wing, and you watch it kind of like pivot to the side a little bit, and it uses that momentum to kind of twist and continue the dive forward.
Would you say... No, fuck, no, I can't because I can only cast second. All right, fine. I'm just going to throw the hammer again.
Throw it
Okay,
again.
throw it again.
Sit on that rod and throw it out. throw that back
It's
out.
only
Sit and
to
throw.
hit.
Sit and throw. Sit and throw.
Mm-hmm.
That's only gonna be an 11 to hit.
Okay.
I
11 misses.
yeah, I imagine so. I was
So,
just enjoying my time on the rod too much.
I would like to think that even though you're enjoying your scoot on the rod, you realize that
I should probably
this
get
thing-
back in the cave.
this thing is coming in at warp speed, and you are exactly where it's supposed to impact. And you might be just a little bit like, I shouldn't be here anymore. So
Scoot
you throw
back.
the second time, and it goes wide, and Hammer's like, what the fuck was back to your hand as you miss.
Actually, can I make a flavor request for my movement speed back down the rod?
Hey, there's room enough on this rod for 2. Come on.
As the hammer hits me, I would like to say I like to imagine the hammer just being like, get off the fucking rod already, and just dragging me back into the cave.
How about we do this? As you throw the second time and it bamfs back to you, it's turned with the hammer part facing inward towards the cave. And as you catch it, it drags you off the rod backwards. I want you to roll 1d6 for me, please.
It's fine.
Oh dear me.
My
As
head.
yours,
Worth it. Sometimes the rod hurts.
Yeah.
sometimes
And that's
it hurts.
The
Yeah.
stick
So you
is
take-
immovable.
You take 1d6 bludgeoning damage as you fall into the rock's
That's
face
just
first.
4 bludgeoning.
Remember, kids, don't give
Face.
people surprise immovable rods. Have a
Exactly.
conversation first.
Exactly.
All right, worth it.
Consensus.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next on the list is the bird
Sorry.
thing.
Is that sending stone thing I have an action or probably an action?
I would say that to get it out of your pocket and utilize it, you'd probably need to use your action.
All right, cool.
All right. So you are now face first into the rocks behind the rod. And it is these entities' turn. As it comes in for its dive, it gets about 10 feet from the hole. And it lets out this ungodly loud screech. I need everybody to make a wisdom saving throw.
Well, that's much better. Jesus.
24.
What if they die and it's just me and Ty hanging out in a cave? Like, what if?
You know what? Then forever after we shall be.
Oh my
Live your
god.
best life in this
16.
universe.
Living our best lives.
Six. All right. What? All right. So what were the saves? 16. Okay. Grom, what's your 24 for Rig? 24. Okay. The DC was 15. Ty, can you roll me 3d8, please?
Oh my god.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh boy. Okay. That's a
don't
fun
like
part.
that.
Don't like that at all.
It's like
Um,
it's like audience participation. Kill your friends. Should do that on my players. We
That's
fought
it.
a mummy
That's
lord
where
the
we're
other
at.
day.
Ooh, that sounds fun.
Oh no.
6.
Oh, Ty, what'd you do?
Um 19. Yeah, 19 points of damage. 19.
Each of you take 9 points of psychic psychic damage.
I have something to tell you.
Do you take no or half of that?
I think I take no. I think I have evasion.
If you have evasion, you do not take any.
You don't take any.
I don't take any. I have evasion.
Okay, Grom and Rig, you take 9 points of psychic damage as this thing lets loose an absolutely horrific screech into your
Wait.
minds.
What type of saving throw was it?
Wait.
Wisdom.
You may want to read evasion.
Yeah, it's Dex saving throw. I just read it.
Oh, that's right.
I'm
Never
here to
mind.
make everybody take damage. I got you.
Yay! You're on the
Thank
shit
you.
list anyways. It's fine.
Yeah.
Wait, you
9
take
points
5.
of psychic damage to you there.
Ah!
Okay. And as that hits your mind, all you hear right after that is the loudest crunch, grind, and screech of pain that you've ever heard in your whole life. as this entity folds in on itself as it hits the immovable rod and gets driven 3/4 of the way down onto it before it comes to a screeching halt and is now dangling there on the immovable rod, dead as fuck, dripping this nasty purple black ichor all over the rocks around you, spraying you all with it.
It got rotted.
It didn't.
Rob
It
just
didn't know how to
says
take a
his-
rod.
In his
Mm-mm.
tiny
It-
little gnome voice, well, I loved your rod.
That was a nice
So,
Oh,
you guys are stuffed in a rock crevice
Oh,
could
something.
have
with
warned us
a-
before it sprayed all over us.
with some sort of fucking screeching flying Shadowfell entity, basically like a cork stoppered in this hole. What are you gonna do?
I mean, I want to roll. I imagine it would be insight, as much as I don't want it to be insight. I want to get a vibe check on impaled thing.
Like, what do you want to know?
The fuck is it? Is it from a plane? Like, is it
Sure.
is it a being in such a manner that I would normally imagine a being to be, or does this seem of a different plane?
Okay. This is some sort of fiendish entity that probably resides here in the Shadowfell. A likening to what the fuck were they called? I'll come up with the name and put it in chat later because I can't think of it right off the top of my head. But for your notes, I'll give it to you. They're pretty common-ish within this type of realm.
Okay.
Anyways, so you have the dead thing hanging on the immovable rod. What do you do? While you ponder that, we're going to go back to the cave.
Eat it. Eat it. Sorry.
So, Ty, Noct is quietly laying there with his eyes closed.
Shoo, 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 shoo.
You're in the cave. What are you doing?
So I am sort of doing a very technical, like a medical like observation, like checking vitals. Is he breathing? Is his heart beating? Is he just if he's just unconscious? That's one thing. If there is nothing there, then that's a totally different thing.
So you set up to do your medicine check. Go ahead and give me a medicine check roll, please.
Absolutely. Neat.
Yo, do I have special physiology? Do I?
So 21. I'm just going to assume just what I would know on
20
general.
what? I'm so sorry. 20 what?
21 on the medicine check, like general physiology, just like checking.
General physiology, you know that his heart is beating. He is breathing, but it is incredibly shallow and slow. Kind of like a hibernation type state,
Hmm.
you would ascertain. He's normal temperature.
Hmm.
His skin color is a little more pale than he normally is. And the stars and different like striations and things that you see in his skin are not present.
Oop, not present. Okay,
Not
that's the
present.
word I need to write. So definitely not the usual knocked.
Like it's him, but
Okay.
different-ish.
Okay. And you are very much here.
Reese, I would like to give you one inspiration die D6 for the remainder of this game.
That was beautiful. That was beautiful.
I usually hate puns and things, but that was beautiful.
That's good.
Nice.
It's really good.
Nice.
Plus D6.
Okay. Let's see.
Do you take your time after doing your medicine check to set up and do any kind of like spiritual or ritualistic, like
Yeah. So
incantations or anything?
yeah, I will like at this point I'm now trying to go to the, for lack of a better phrase, metaphysical, because this is
Okay.
clearly I know physically how he's doing. He's
Okay.
here, at least the body is here. Where is the spirit? So I will start.
So you
I would
start.
take,
Yep.
sensing we're in a good place and kind of hidden. I will, so I can get some light because this is a very dark place.
Okay.
I will take out the pendant of the fervent light and just let it kind of give us a little bit of a glow. Um,
Okay.
and I know it's 30 feet, and I know it's going to be but I feel like hopefully what Graham said about this magic circle that I know nothing about is accurate, and we're in a safe space. So take out the pendant, let it glow, and then that'll be sort of my starting point for a sort of spiritual guidance. Put my hands on his chest, well, one on his
Okay.
chest and one on his head, and just close my eyes and just sort of let the light envelop me, and then try and see what I can do.
All right.
Let
So
me eat the light.
as you
Let me eat it.
You will not
as
touch
you
the light.
close as you set up your ritual and you put your hand on his chest, um, you close your eyes, and even with your eyes closed, you can feel the pendant's light washing over you. Um, it permeates your being,
Mhm.
and it shines down upon Nokt's body, and you start to drift through all of your different memories with Noct.
Mhm.
All good.
Um,
Every single one.
and as you are connecting with Fazah, you feel their energy kind of wash over you, like kind of like a warm, like putting a warm blanket on.
Mhm.
And you feel, positivity and comfort that your friend is not dead,
Okay.
that there is something possibly in the near future that could be done for him, but you don't know. They don't know what it is
Okay.
particularly. But you have to keep trying, and you can't give up.
Got it.
And as you're sitting there with your eyes closed and your ears in tune to the space around you, you hear this almost like arcane vibration, this sound, this like synaptic staticky kind of like noise.
Mhm.
And as you do, you can't help but feel that there is a presence sitting in front of you. As you open your eyes, and there is a druid sitting cross-legged in front of you.
Wait.
Everybody, please welcome Prazira back to the Golden Feathers of Tiantang.
Yay!
Welcome, Squidward. Welcome,
Yay!
Squidward. Welcome, Squidward. Welcome, Squidward.
I'm not sure if your camera is broken tonight or not, which is never mind, that's fine. But as you pop into this space, Prazira, you see Nock's body laying on the ground and Ty sitting crisscross applesauce in front of him in his accoutrement, doing his normal like prayer and ritualistic investigation of something. And you can feel
Oh,
not sadness, but you feel just kind of a tension in the room as you pop into place.
Yeah, there's a tension, all right.
Prazira?
So I leave you guys for what, 6 months, and this is what I come back to. I have hair now.
It's so good to see you.
I've missed you, my
Um,
love. How have you been?
oh gosh, I will like. I'm trying like I don't. I want to move realistic. Like I like Ty instinctively wants to go to like grab her, but he's like, I really need to focus on this. So he like, uh, um, I am well. A lot has happened, including this one. And I kind of look down. Um, Tampering with things I don't think they fully understood. And because of that, um, they're here physically,
Mhm.
but whatever, um, there's something that could be done, but I don't know what it is yet. At least not yet. Um,
What all have you tried so far?
well, this and just sort of attuning in a way to energy and light and
Have you tried kicking him in the balls?
that no, that I haven't tried doing, as that's not
Yeah,
usually
I find that to be successful many
it
times.
can be,
Yeah.
um, but physically, he's fine. So I don't know if a kick in the balls is necessarily aid. I mean, um, um, I don't know. I don't think that would work. I don't know if that would work. I don't know. I don't know. Um, it's so good to see you. Uh, just give me 1 second because I do have it. Bear with me.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I have it somewhere. I just don't know where I have it stashed. And it'll take me 20 fucking minutes to find it.
There we go.
There we go. Never mind.
Okay, there it is. You should be able to right click save that.
Okay.
Anyway, that being said,
So we don't do it again.
um, that being said,
What caused this? What's the situation?
so I will explain the like temple that we're the dark temple we were at, and then um the cauldron with the electrical fire, and that's what he was like. I don't even know what he was doing.
Super Saiyan.
Like trying to like he detected the magic. I know that, but then he started like investigating it very deeply, and when like after a while he got knocked back, and that's when he went unconscious, and we carried him out through a portal of some kind that we're now here. Reese believes this is the Shadowfell. Um,
No, this is the Shadowfell. Yeah,
awesome,
absolutely. He's right. Yeah.
great. So that's wonderful. Um, but yeah, so and that's kind of where we're at. The rest of the guys are out investigating, searching around just to get some semblance of what we're doing here. And I decided to stay here to see what I can do to awaken our companion.
I'm hurt.
You're unconscious.
You're not supposed to be able to speak.
No speaking.
You're speaking.
But
Speaking.
I think for now, I connected with my God, and whatever is bothering or has taken its hold on Noct, something can be done. Just I don't know what it is yet.
Okay. Well, unfortunately, my love, there's nothing we can do.
Oh,
Nothing that we can do.
oh. Is this a
Um,
thing that he needs to do? Is this kind of like a spiritual thing
no, we
or?
need help. We need help.
Oh, okay,
Um,
got it. Okay,
yeah,
got it.
yeah. None of
Okay,
us here are capable of handling this. This is
awesome. That makes
beyond
sense.
all of
With that, I would take my hands off of him and then like go
us.
to Liz and just like hug her because it has been.
Ty, can you roll a perception check for me, please?
Oh, sure, absolutely. Perception. 13.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, and I will go to hug Priz.
How have we been?
It's been a long time, and you have been sorely missed. Or it hasn't been a long time, I guess. You know, I think.
Been
Anyway,
away.
but it's good to see your face. I have missed you very
Well,
much.
I had some things that I had to take care of, and thankfully, I do believe that we are um, mostly sorted out. Um, and I have a little bit of information to share.
Cool. So, the guys are out, um, and I don't know. I'm kind of hoping they'll come back soon. Uh,
Okay.
if this
Should
is
we maybe go help them? What were they trying to do?
they were just
I
sort of
would.
out. Go ahead.
Quick question for the folks in the hole. Would you have cleaned up your matters and went back to your hideout, or would you have decided to do something different?
Rick thinks it's best to find our friends. I would like flick the rod and shake the guts off. Like Rick thinks we should go back. Magic circles sound good about now.
That screeching reminded me I am extremely hurt.
So
Should I
it
stay
would be
tight?
about it would be about the time, Priz and Tide, that you're having the end of that conversation there about what you should maybe do with the guys being out, that you notice some like shadows kind of across the opening of the cave. And as you look up, you see the three of them step inside. And you all see that it's not just Ty and Noct anymore. It's Priz is standing there.
Rick will tackle her immediately.
Oh, hey, Priz. So we almost. Oh shit, Priz.
Flying flying kobold.
They teach you at wrestling school. Mm-hmm.
Riz, how you get here?
When or how I just got here. I can't really
Both?
explain exactly how I got here, but I wanted to be here and I am now here. And as I was just telling Ty, we need to get out of this place because nobody here, there's nothing here that we can use to help, not even kicking her in the balls.
Don't do it.
Rick
We
pretty
can
Make a
try.
happy.
deal. Make a
If we
deal
just
with
live
some
in magic
insane
circles.
patron. Do it.
Try.
What is that annoying voice from beyond the grave?
I don't know. It's about to get kicked in the balls.
Both the balls, not just singular.
Does not anyway.
Z. Z.
Okay,
Does
Hello.
Riz
So-
know how to get out?
who was it that suggested that we are in the Shadowfell?
Oh, that'd be me.
That would be you.
Master came through here once in a blue
Okay.
moon.
That's exactly where we are. Yeah. Chris concurs. And we need to try to move out of this place where we are now, and because we're not in a good place right now, and we need to go. Um, there is a city close by and a woman who might be able to help our friend Knox. Unfortunately, I do not know what she will ask for in return, but she should be able to pull him out of whatever kind of state he's currently in.
Okay, that's
Sounds good to me.
Okay. Did your old master ever tell you about the City of Shadows?
Hmm. I
Roll a history check, Reese.
don't mind if I do. I love rolling
Please.
math rocks.
Please do, Math Rocket.
I got a whole history 21, 17 plus 4.
You indeed heard about the City of Shadows, I should say.
Ooh.
Master had some dealings there, and it was part of his contract that he was working on was through that particular place.
We are, as far as I know, we're not on the material plane. The Shadowfell is its own separate place in the multiverse, if you will.
That is correct.
Okay. So in my response is, yeah, my master has been to the City of Shadows for extraplanar dealings, private stuff that I wasn't old enough to know.
Nope. And so, Priz, you would know from things that you're probably about half a day's travel to the City of Shadow to the northwest of where you currently are.
Which way was that way?
That
I
was slightly
going
to the
northeast.
left, slightly to
Yeah.
the left of the
I was
direction
almost
that
going the right way.
he was going.
He was
We
right
got there
almost
eventually.
See, I was right. It was almost there.
Do we
Just
still have our wagon with the raggedy horses, or did they
No.
Oh,
go?
absolutely not.
no,
it's
Nope.
just
just your feet.
I
We
will
kind of just
grab
followed this
pendant
one into a
and-
portal.
turn it down, like grab the pendant of fervent light, so that
Okay.
for now we're not. Since there's more of us here, I don't want a larger target.
Okay. Great. All right. So best you can ascertain, it's sometime late morning here,
Okay.
if there was such a thing.
Actually, that's a good question. I don't know if that would work here.
What's that?
My keen mind feat. I always know which way is north. Let's see. I always know which way.
Specifically
Great number of
say
hours
about
left
planes?
before.
I don't think it has anything to do with plane. I don't know that it has a description. Like, does it say anything about being on?
You have a mind that can track time, direction, and detail. So you're doing it in your head, but we're not in. Like my mind goes. I don't
I
know
will
if it would
say
work.
that if Tayo Daragon wants to lead this charge towards the city, I will give you advantage on survival checks to be on the right direction to where you need to go.
Okay,
How about that?
that works.
Okay. So why don't you roll me a survival check to see if you can put your team on the right path to the City of
Yeah.
Shadow.
I will give myself a little guidance because
Perfect.
that's
Love
the
that.
thing that I want to do.
I love that
Mm-hmm.
very much.
Fuck me.
That was the
Hey, that
immovable. That was the immovable rod.
That was the immovable rod. That was a natural 20 though.
Hey.
For a total of
Big numbers.
27.
Daddy,
Win.
big daddy.
Woo!
Ooh, snappy snappersons. You're pretty sure you know exactly which way northwest is, and you are able to plot the least resistant path along the way.
Awesome.
You pick up on tracks and trails of things that keep you from running across things that you really don't want to run across. And with the aid of your group and your expert guidance, are able to put the right people in the right places to stay out of the sight of more of those swoopty whoopty screamy things. And after about 4.5 hours, close to 5 hours, on the horizon, you begin to see shapes appear in the distance as the shadow and dust and shit kicks up, and that light begins to fade a little bit as it increases towards whatever the hell evening or nighttime is in the Shadowfell, which technically it just stays about the same all the time. You start to see shapes of buildings. Not super tall. You see some that look kind of broken and like falling in on itself. And as you get a little closer and a little closer, you start to pick up on things that are like walking the walls, the half broken walls around the outside of the city. You see small little hovels and huts just on this side of the city where you're walking. The doors are kind of fallen off and broken, and chimneys are kind of like toppling off. The bricks are all awry. The wood looks very old and dried. Farming implements in the like yards or whatever in front of these just torn asunder and just like returning to the earth itself. Here you are. You have arrived at the City of Shadow. How would you like to proceed?
So Ty looks to Prazera. Have you been here
No,
already?
no. This is our first time. I've actually not been on this plane at all before. Um, the information provided to me is that we are looking for a woman known as the Echo Maiden. Um, we are going to have to seek her out. I do not know her specific lodging, unfortunately.
Okay. And I just realized I'm
Mm-hmm.
carrying Knocked. Or someone's carrying Knocked. I'm gonna assume.
We left him in the cave.
And,
Shit.
and,
No, we're about to go back.
Fuck! I wasn't gonna mention
me
it.
Still carry knocked.
You're. I think the enlarged reducer only lasts like.
It's a minute.
Is it a minute?
Yeah, a
No,
minute.
it's
Damn
his.
it.
It is
Fine. I'm just carrying him as a human shield still.
You could drag him. His head hits a rock every now and
No,
then.
I just wanted little gnome me just to be hidden fully under him.
There you go.
That's fucking awesome.
It's like
There we go.
either side of his body just dragging in the ground. Hold him in the middle.
Ty is like, why are we disgracing? Well, he's not dead, so I guess it's not disgraceful.
You can always fix him later.
It's just impolite.
Friz is going to reach over and grab Rig and pick him up and put him on the back of her shoulders because I don't want him running off
Ooh.
at random.
Good thing you did that. I was
Mm.
literally about to cast haste and go running through the streets asking for the echo.
No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. And you're not going to go off looking for shinies. You're going to stay
That's so
Uh,
beautiful.
right here.
So good to
No,
I
have
was
you
literally
back.
about to do that.
It's
Some
so
things
good to
never
have you back.
change.
It's-
Disciplinary
I've
figures
missed,
back in
I've
my
missed
life.
my little kobold friend.
The disciplinarian
oh.
has returned.
There we go. Who has the water bottle? Who has the spray bottle?
Oh, I still have the
Yeah.
squirter. Yes, I
Ah.
have it. Yes,
Priz has the squirter. Don't worry.
I have the
There we
squirter.
go.
Uh,
Awesome.
That's awesome.
Anyway.
They need to add some acid to it.
Oh, ooh, spicy.
So I guess so. Here's the thing: as we're slowly like making our way here,
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna say this out loud because I feel like it needs to be said.
Okay.
Where we are is kind of the exact opposite of me. You do realize that, right? Like shadows, light, like it's
You
you
know,
can't have you technically can't have shadows without light, but we're not going to get into that. I can't really say that in this moment because I feel like that would be offensive.
well, that's
Um
why the shadows fell. Duh.
oh oh
God, you're lucky I'm unconscious.
I'm taking that D6 back.
Ah, you know what? Worth.
No,
Worth.
the the but I kind of like look at my party of
What
friends.
is your guys' plan to suss out this Echo Maiden within the city?
That is
I want
a
to hear
good.
Kaya's moment.
Do we see anything that resembles an inn? I know that this is not the most active of areas, but
So, are you all trying to approach stealthily? Are you just strolling into town like you know what the fuck you're doing? Like, how are you approaching the city? Let's start with that.
Um, I would say a little cautious. We're the new kids on the block.
Yeah,
And
that's my main concern. I don't want to arouse.
So, this is totally not a thing in D&D, but I want you to roll a D20 and add your charisma modifier as we're going to do an inconspicuous check.
don't be suspicious.
All of us?
Don't be
All of you.
Don't be suspicious. Don't.
don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
I'm looking at a
Don't
game
be
right now
suspicious.
where I'm a bard and I would have like plus 12 on this shit.
Right.
Right? Fucking bards are dope. I love them.
I'm now.
I'm definitely, ironically, I am the most suspicious.
Okay.
I got an 11.
Is that
I
a
got a-
natural one?
I got a full no.
Well-
Full
Okay,
21.
4, 12, 21.
21.
there we go. 21 sounds good.
Okay.
Does it act
Grom,
like
what'd
a
you get?
child on
11.
Worth's shoulder?
Ty, what'd you get?
14.
Okay.
Can I have advantage because I don't really need to be charismatic? I have knocked on my head.
Can I have advantage because I'm carrying a kobold?
He's not a Muppet. You can't just like make him talk for you.
This is some bullshit
Hi,
ass
everybody.
advantage. Can I have
You know what?
advantage because I got a fucking immovable rod on my ass? Like what?
I have never asked that before, okay?
Like,
I-
oh, motionless body.
My name is Knock. I speak in weird sentences and don't know anything about the world.
so if you were to logically think about being inconspicuous,
Yeah, I guess that's not that.
why would you get advantage for carrying a person over your head like a meat puppet?
That looks
because
dead.
I'm charming right now.
I mean, there's a lot of demons here. It
Wait,
just seemed like the
wait,
thing to
I am.
do. It seemed like it would fit in.
It could. So
It seemed like the
what I'll
vibe.
say is you enter the city,
I have put
and
my
I would say over half of the things around you are watching you enter the city and clocking you as you walk past.
Fair.
Are we able to
you
see them,
do-
or they just
You no, you're able to see them. What I will say is you see very, 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 very few like humanoids in this city. Like, and the ones you do see are incredibly fucking old. Like, just this side of dust old. And they like gently scurry into doorways and like close the door. Mostly what you see are different shadowy figures just kind of peering out from alleyways
I'm a little uncomfortable.
and watching you walk by.
I've never been watched before.
It's always the first time.
There's the first time, yeah.
it gets easier. It does.
Indeed.
That's what they say.
So you guys make your way, let's call it a couple 100 yards in through the gate.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you go? What do you do? Who do you ask? How do you ask?
Well, let's use some context clues. Echo Maiden sounds like something religious, at least to me. At least to Reese. This sounds kind of religious to me. Or at least something of importance, some kind of leader of
Well,
something.
one would consider if this is of a healing nature, that would make some sense. Uh, and Ty is genuinely like trying not to. He is trying. He's going to be very cautious about doing anything like magical, clericy in this realm because if this is a place full of demons, or what we've heard it
I
is,
mean,
then
why is it to assume that they are demons?
yeah. Well, we heard that this is fiendish in entities and yeah, devils and such. So I am going to be
Okay,
cautious. I'm going to be
all right.
cautious.
So looking around the buildings, I don't see anything that resembles an inn, but there does appear to be a random house just kind of in the middle of the square. Um, I I would assume that there's some importance there, possibly um, head of the town, whatever's left of it. They,
Hmm. It wouldn't hurt to try
Mhm.
something. We have nowhere to no particular direction to go. Um, so that part, yeah.
Well, my idea is currently off the table. I'm enjoying riding on Priz's shoulders, but I can still scream if you want.
No,
No, please don't. Please do.
I
Please
don't think
don't.
we need to scream just yet.
We
No,
could
I
try
don't
it.
think anyone needs to scream. No. Um, let's maybe possibly go check out that
Yes, fine.
house.
Yes, let's do that.
As you guys are moving towards the square, kind of make me a perception check, please.
Any of us? All of us?
All of you, yeah, whoever wants to. Whoever would be paying attention, looking for things. If you're not, then don't make one.
Fair.
If you're knocked, don't make one.
Okay, I did that first. You
I know,
can,
I stole it from you. It was great.
Yeah,
It's going to
that's
be
that's about $20,000.
Yeah, for the plagiarism.
Yeah, you.
That's rough.
Wow. Wow.
We could settle this outside of court if you just say, "I will take a singular point of damage."
I don't think we're gonna reach a settlement.
Okay, then we could take this. Well, we can take this to court.
Yeah, let's take it to court. Only
he
one
is
of
the
us is a
attorney
registered lawyer.
That's only in one place.
Exactly.
I can't say that word.
I'll just keep sword bursting him. It'll work eventually.
Yeah, exactly.
So go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, for my perception, I got a 12.
I also
11.
got a 12.
Natural 20 for 27.
Okay, you don't have to show off.
So Rick doesn't make a perception check because he's bouncing around on Priz's shoulder, but he goes, Rex thinks middle of town sound good?
Yeah. Awesome.
So
To go or to yell?
To go.
Hopefully he's telling Riggs not to yell.
Priz, as you hear Rig say that jogs your memory just a little bit more, and that jives with the information you were given. Ty, on your 27, you see something rather large and shadowy, beginning to track you from kind of your like 4 or 5 o'clock coming up a street to your side. It's not trying to make
Okay.
itself super apparent, but it is definitely following you.
Hey, Riz. Riz, Rax says, Oracle. You know Oracle?
I know Oracle.
Talking to Prazira is Riz,
Oh.
not Reese.
Oh. Carry on.
It's cool. We got this.
So many R names.
They're all art.
Okay, I'm picking up we're not dealing with beings look like ourselves at all at this point. It might be best to try to reach this location as quietly and hopefully quickly as possible before they become a little bit too anxious about our
We're all-
presence.
Priz, when you hear Rig say Oracle, that also jives completely with the information you were given.
Chris is going back to her notes.
You may not find that specific word, but it makes sense.
By the way, we're being tracked. My southeast, this large, shadowy thing is tracking us. Trying to be inconspicuous, but yeah,
It's a large, shadowy thing, trying to be inconspicuous.
yeah.
Are there any holes nearby?
Eh?
Fucking car ramrod 2.0.
Okay, but that just let's. I think we should move quickly to where we're going.
Rig will kind of drum on Prazira's head and be like, "That way."
Okay, so that is absolutely the right way. Yes, yes, that is where we need to be.
Perfect.
That is where we will find our hopefully friendly helper.
Okay. For the sake of brevity, you guys make your way through town. You find the central square, and it is filled with nothing.
Okay.
There are no people, there are no entities, there are no carts, no shops, no goods of any kind. But there is a single story hovel in the far left corner that is the only building that still is mostly intact. Everything else around the square is dilapidated, almost to the point of disintegration from what would appear erosion in time. And there is a soft whiff of smoke coming out of the chimney of this home. And a single flickering candlelight in the window.
It's basically the most life we've seen thus far. That's good
For the most part.
for the most part.
What do you do?
That
Onward.
yes. Let's. I will I will say let's move to this. We'll go to the shack or the shack.
You knock on the door. What do you do?
Yeah.
Hello, Echo Lady.
Oh wow. Okay.
Not
I was
going
going to be like,
to-
let's just nicely knock and be like respectful.
So
Hello, Echo Lady.
The knock and the kind of boisterous announcement. You watch as the candle in the window flickers and then goes out.
Mm.
I reignite it with thaumaturgy.
The candle relights and then flickers out.
I light it again. But blue.
You hear a grumbling from the other side of the doorway as it cracks open about an inch, and you see this old, wrinkle skinned eye peering at you all out the doorway from this crack in the doorway. Yes, what can I do for you?
Greetings.
Ty, I think you're the one that's the most eloquent here, so you speak.
Oh boy, here we go. Greetings. Our apologies for interrupting your day. We're not from around here, and we are seeking some assistance from someone. Um, uh, um, we are seeking assistance from the Echo Maiden. Would you happen to know who that is?
Who sent you here, young boy?
Well, um, I look to Prizira and I
Um,
go,
I was told that you might be able to provide some assistance to our friend.
She looks at you and she kind of cracks the doorway open a little bit more, and you see this like jagged, toothy, broken, toothy kind of smile, and her skin is like almost dried and like hanging off her jaw
"Ooh,
as she looks at you with this big smile. Oh, my. I haven't seen that in a while. Ooh, now I'm intrigued. Do bring your friends inside, please. Please, come in. Come in.
uh, Priz, do you know this person?"
No, I don't.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Well, for now, we'll tread carefully.
I'm gonna hop off of Pizira's shoulders, push my way
No,
past
you're not.
the
No, you're
woman.
not.
No, I'm gonna grab Gramgarn, or knocked off of Gramgarn, walk him
No.
inside, take the immovable rod, and hang him up like a coat.
Yes, I will help.
Can I just wake up and fireball the party? Can I? They
You may
deserve
not.
it.
This party business. I didn't do anything.
Step up.
Hey, you've got
Not yet.
evasion anyway. You'll be fine.
Oh, true.
If you could just step about 5 feet that way for me,
Oh dear.
I'm not.
Okay. That we walk in. We'll go in. Um, uh,
Nice place you got here. It's homie.
It's very old lady, dark, dusty,
30 taxidermied cat.
creepy taxidermy cat, fey collector feeling
Ooh,
ish.
it's a little musty in here.
Taxidermy.
Dried roots and things kind of hang from the ceiling. There's a couple of candles in various places flickering a low soft light. One is blue now. There's a knocked hanging by an immovable rod like a coat. She kind of like giggles softly
I love
to
that you both
herself
did
when
that at the same time.
Scarecrow
Mm-hmm.
knocked. That's a sight. And she motions to all of you to come, come in, come in. Would you like a spot of tea?
What kind?
Oh, let me see what I have. And she goes over to the kettle and looks in and goes, "It's tea."
That's good enough for me. I'll take a cup.
Okay. Um, she has 4 chairs, and they're all old as fuck. And you're not really sure if you sit down in them if they will hold your weight.
I'll sit on the floor. I mean, you guys can sit on
Rig
those.
is also good on the floor.
You all gather around, and she looks back over at Priz, and she's like, "So, since you're here, eh? What what brings you to the City of Shadows? I don't get many visitors here at all, like ever. What brings
I
you to my home?"
I left my friends for a while to get some help from um, someone you may be acquainted with, and he warned me that one of my friends was in very bad shape. Said that you would be the only one that would be willing to help him or able to help him. Um,
She kind of turns her head unnaturally to the side, almost to the point that a normal person's head would snap.
Ow.
She looks up at Noct. She gets off her chair and kind of shuffles over to him and kind of like walks around him. He's just kind of hung in this space. And she's like, "Went to sleep, did he?"
Yes.
And she's going to hold out her hand and touch his forehead. She's going to close her eyes. She kind of shakes her head a little bit and then kind of giggles to herself. Oh, oh, silly, silly boy.
Insight.
Silly,
Insight.
silly boy.
Insight.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Insight the shit out of that. Go for it.
Reese is gonna like nervously chuckle with her, like, ha ha ha, like, what's the joke?
So that's just a 10.
10.
10. Yeah.
Could I not
Creepy as
insight
fuck.
my Arcana?
Sure.
Thanks. It's gonna be a 25.
Something happened. You don't know what it was.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the
Hey,
thing.
Hammer.
Hmm.
Any thoughts on creepy lady?
Hmm. You know, back in my day, she was quite a bit younger, you know. Um,
So your
Yeah.
friends?
no. Nope. Mm-mm. Nope. Mm-mm.
Should we
We
should we hit her?
no, no, no. I wouldn't recommend that. Um, sh- hmm. How? Hmm. Do you know how mortals are typically described sometimes as being tied to a certain path in life?
Yes.
Well, this particular thing uh kind of kind of sees those echoes of life, and every once in a while can reach in and pluck that particular echo and send it on a new direction.
Well, that's a terrifying and useful skill. And how are you acquainted?
I just know who she is.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
not so much that you're in trouble. Uh, I, I would not make any deals if I were you.
Works for me.
But that's, not to say that you won't have to if you want to help your friend. So, good luck.
Thank you very much for the insight.
Um, So
Can you fix it?
can-
Like
Can we fix it? Yes, we can.
She turns and looks at Rig, and she goes, "I can assure you that kicking him in the balls wasn't gonna work."
I knew it. Like Ty is surely just
And
randomly.
you all turn and look at her like, how in the fuck would you even know that that was a conversation that happened?
Ty doesn't.
Just
For
be
the, for
an
the,
assumption on her part that we might have tried that.
We all had the thought, you know.
Seems
Can't blame us.
reasonable.
Maybe if you do it.
I
Hmm.
I still don't think it's gonna work.
You want my
Um,
help? Is that right? And he's
Oh.
looking at this person is looking at Prazira now with this like toothy, holy smile.
Don't like that.
That's a lot of adjectives.
I, I hate to be presumptuous. I was told that you would be the right person to come to, and that
You
you
mean
would
I
be
was recommended by?
yes, yes, you were
Oh,
recommended.
I
Who
feel
recommended you?
so good about that. It's been so long since we've talked.
Okay,
So
this
very long.
okay. I know. Oh, Ty. I have to do another insight because I feel creeped out. I don't know about y'all, but Ty
Oh,
feels
I'm
creeped out.
unsettled.
Can I like I kind of like chime in your emotion, kind of trying to get the help action for you? Like, I don't know about this either. Like, I've worked with some sketchy ass people before. This is like wrestling my jimmies in not a good way.
Do I get
This
the
is gonna
advantage?
hide behind a kitty.
Do I get the
Sure,
advantage?
take it. Sure, take the advantage.
Yeah, great.
That's not good. That's not really good at all.
Um,
That's bad. That's bad. It's all bad.
It's all bad. It's
insight,
going to
insight,
shit.
insight.
It's on fire.
Yeah, just 15.
Okay, it's not bad.
Um, you feel extremely
She went an
put
8,
off by the vibe here,
obviously.
but it's to this point you haven't sensed any like malevolence out of this.
The neck cracking wasn't malevolent enough for us.
Yeah, the head almost popping off. That's not a thing.
Just,
Yeah,
I'm just
totally old lady, like normal old lady, thing.
no,
Yeah,
just fucking weird, but like not
Yeah.
like fearful yet.
Gang's a little weird, but they all right.
Ma'am, I have an idea that I have a feeling that you know exactly what I had to do to get us here and what it took for me to get the information to even find you. I was given the impression that you were someone who was of great trust. If there is anything that you can do to help our friend, we would greatly appreciate it.
I would most certainly love the opportunity to aid you in restoring your friend to his former self. He is a rather interesting one, that one. I do enjoy seeing the different choices that they make. Won't you come with me for a moment, please? And she holds
Where?
out her hand.
just Prazira.
Mm-hmm.
Prazira, would you mind if one of us joins you?
You look around and there's nowhere else to go in this home. It is a single room home.
Okay.
I
I
think
still
it might be best. I think it might be best if I speak with her alone at this time.
Okay. I'm going to. Nope. Don't want to do anything. Can't do that. Don't want to do that. Won't do that. Okay. Shit.
I trust
Um,
you, Zero. I trust you.
Ty, Ty, Ty. It's okay.
okay. Just don't go far.
There's not far to go.
So
Okay.
she takes you by the hand, and her hands are fucking ice cold.
Good, I was hot.
Yeah, super cold. She leads you over to the corner of the room, and she waves her hand, and out of the wall comes this like. If you've ever been down by a river after a flood, and you see all the driftwood and the dried wood and how like gnarled and like twisted all of the like tree roots and stuff are from that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Think of that turned upwards and this like thing apparates out of the wall. And in the divot of the top of this thing, you see this like shifting black and blue and purple shimmering liquid just kind of like roiling in this thing. And she takes your hand and she brings you over to it. And she touches your head by your hair, and she asks permission if she may have a hair, just one strand of hair.
Took a long time to grow this back, but sure.
Okay. She
I don't like that.
and she lays it over top of this roiling bath of stuff and lets it go. And it just kind of floats down and hits the top of this. And you watch as the fluid kind of like bubbles and boils like a waving sea and kind of like up and then it goes absolutely flat. And you watch as it starts to like glow this bluish blackish like light up off of this ship, this completely flat liquid. Please look into your future. And she's asking you to stick your face in the liquid.
I don't feel like I have a choice in the matter here. Okay.
You hear a whisper in your ear, and nobody else in this room hears this. Oh, do it. It's such a rush.
Okay. Let's let's learn my future.
Your face touches the water, and it locks you in place in the liquid up to about your jawline. It doesn't like submerge your entire head, just like your face. You feel your mind get sucked from your body, and it's pulled down faster and faster and faster, spinning lights, noise, wind, just all around you. And all of a sudden, you pop out of the other side, and you're floating in the air. And you're still over top of the city that you're currently in. But there's this one spot that sticks out from all the others. It's a tall building. Not in the sense of stories, but in the sense of the steeple. And at the top of this steeple-like structure, there is an obelisk, or like a not an obelisk, but like an orb floating above the top of this steeple, or what it appears to be floating. And it has like spires coming off of it, like rays almost. And you flash forward and you get closer to it, and it looks like a depiction of a star. And you look down and you see this placard outside of this building, and it says, the Cathedral of Icarus. and you immediately come back through that entire experience and snap back into your head, and you raise your face out of the water and gasp, and you know exactly where it is you're supposed to go. Ah, that was so fun, wasn't it? I haven't been to the Temple of Icarus in quite some time. But I don't get out much. I'm a little beyond my years, as it were. If you want your friend to survive and be as he was, I need something from that cathedral that I've needed for quite some time. Find your way to the Cathedral of Icarus and retrieve the Orb of Vo, please, and bring it to me, and I will set you on the path to fixing your friend.
Icarus. That's comforting. Not.
It's right here in the city. Do we have a deal?
Is this the only way that we can go about healing our friend?
I don't have the means to help your friend without the orb. Bring me the orb, and I help you help your friend. Don't bring me the orb, and our conversation is through.
Uh, are we hearing anything that they're saying?
You can, yeah, this conversation is fully audible at this point. The only thing
Okay.
that you didn't experience was what Priz experienced.
Got it.
However, it's really strange because the Echo Maiden 100% is just talking about what she experienced and did not stick her face alongside her into the well.
Yeah.
Super wild.
Yeah.
All right. Where's Rig? Rig,
You say who has me?
where are you currently? Just want to make
Hanging
sure
out
we're
with
looting.
Noct, I guess. 'Cause he's a coat rack.
Just sitting underneath Nock. Just
Tapping away at his feet, dangling.
yeah.
Okay. All right. Back on the shoulders. We've got a temple to locate.
Ooh. Rig like temple.
So
I'm sure you do.
if we're gonna do anything, we might need some like long rest. I'm just gonna be honest. I don't know what this I don't know what this orb is. I don't know where this
Would
cathedral is.
you? I haven't had a slumber party in years. You
Oh
want to
shit.
stay at my place? Oh, I
Oh.
would love that so much. So much. Can I make you dinner, please?
Yay, sleepover!
Go back to the cave with the glyphs.
I
That
was
seems
also told there
nice.
was tea. I've yet to see the tea. I'm kind of
The cave was pretty nice.
She is ignoring all of you now and waves her hand to the wall to the left of her fireplace. And another room just apparates through that wall and out the other side. And there are now bunks lined up in this room with blankets and pillows. Her table is now twice the size that it was and has enough chairs for all of you. And there is a teacup floating in front of you, Reese.
The quality's much
I know.
improved, I hope.
I would say still very creepy, fey, weird-ish aesthetics, but improved quality, yes.
Okay.
tea's all right.
So okay. I look to Brazira. Are you okay with this?
I don't think that we have any other choice at this time. My understanding is that the only way to bring our friend back is through this woman's assistance.
Okay.
Um,
I just don't. I know some of us have been hurt, and I know I'm low on.
I really did not want to be told that. Thank you. Okay, I guess we're having a slumber party.
Yeah, just we fought a thing in the obelisk. We've been on the road. It's been some time, and then like they didn't tell us, but like something obviously happened because I see all the dark, like bloody kind of splattery things, and Reese and Graham looked like rocked when they got to us.
You
So
can't go back to the cave and sleep, though. It
It's
wasn't
5 hours away, dear. 5 hours away.
yeah, it's 5 hours away.
worth it.
If
Sure
she
I
is.
Feels worth it.
if she is inviting us to share her home for the evening, we should graciously
it's
accept at this
it's
time.
it's creepy. I get it. I understand. I am free. Like I am, but we also had something following us earlier, and since we've been here, there's not been any issues. I'm just going to point that part out. Um, and I don't know what happens once we step outside of this mystical place that apparently is totally fine despite everything around it being shit. I think we're okay. I don't necessarily trust it, but I think we're okay for the 8 hours that we need or less for some of us to rest.
More so, I think if something was gonna happen between us and Miss Maiden here, it would have already happened, and
Also true.
we would have already been in this shit. So,
I'm gonna say she's pretty powerful. I mean, she literally just made teacups float and a whole room with
mm,
beds and such appear out of nowhere, and this table just got longer. Like we're not like that's not just and she doesn't look tired. Like that says something.
al-
Um,
she also got Prince to dunk her face into a, a cauldron thing. So, I mean, that's kind of crazy. I don't know.
so I think we're okay.
hmm I'll call it
And
top bunk.
in worst case, I don't need to sleep the full. I only need 4, and I can stay up the rest of the way.
I doubt I'm as tired as everyone else. So, yeah.
Okay.
So,
There is a meal on the table.
oh boy, yeah. So like that shit check as fuck I have like Ty is Ty is so fucking creeped out that he is actually like cussing and like speaking very just. Normally he's very relaxed and poised and calm, but this
Hi,
place
hi,
is.
breathe, dear. Just
Full
breathe.
vulgarity. Will
I'm
the
fine
top
then.
bunk make you better, Ty? You can have the top bunk if that makes you feel
I,
better.
I would prefer to be closer to the ground so that if I need to get out of here, I can quickly.
Hi,
Okay, Ty. Whatever you
Yes,
want.
yes, yes.
stop, stop.
I'm fine.
Everything outside is scarier than what's in here.
You say
Mm,
that.
Everything
mm.
outside is scarier than what is
That's
in here.
yes. Okay. 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 All right. Okay. I will. I will. Um.
I wasn't in the mood for a slumber party either, however.
You
I.
still
I.
Um,
can't just say stop. I mean, like, if the guy feels off put, he
mm,
feels off put. That's.
Yes, but we don't need to be panicking
I'm.
right
I'm
now.
good. I kind
what's
of
on the
like.
plates?
Yeah.
That's a
What's on
good
the
question.
plates?
What are we being served?
Well, there are biscuits.
Oh,
Okay.
There are like little individual bowls of some kind of stew.
mm-hmm.
Um, there are teacups spread around the table that are full. Um, there's what appears to be ham, you think? Smells like ham, looks like ham.
Rig, is it him?
Moves like
Uh,
ham.
kind of like
Eat it
potatoes and
immediately.
carrots and things of that nature, but you don't have any idea where it could have come from because there is none of that shit here.
Yeah.
So we were talking, turn around, food.
Correct.
Okay,
Mhm.
I think I
She
eat
is
it.
just happily amongst the room, just doing different things.
That's great. Okay. Mm.
Uh,
So
And
I will
my
sit
my
and
impression is she needs our help as much as we need hers. The two are one and the
Mhm.
same.
Yes, we're saving Noct.
Savvy knocked.
So you guys eat your meal,
Uh,
and is there anything you would like to do before bedtime? You don't die from your meal. It's fucking delicious. Like
No small children then.
scary delicious.
Okay.
Can I make like a history or arcana on this old lady?
You can most definitely try. Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Can I do an arcana? Notably,
Sure.
she's done some wacky magical stuff, and I feel like I should probably have a grasp on that.
Okay.
Nice. Okay. That's gonna be a whole 24, 17 plus 4, 17 plus 7.
So what are you trying to ascertain?
I'm trying to ascertain, like, obviously she's magical. Is there anything that kind of like falls in that alignment, like things, just beings that are able to just conjure rooms and make people want to put their heads in fucking cauldrons? And
So as you really dig deep in your like logical thinking and you're putting pieces of puzzles together and those signs trying to suss out targets and things like you normally do in your real life and have been raised to do, you connect some threads that maybe potentially she has some sort of fey nature.
okay,
And you would know that the Fae are just fucking weird.
they like picking deals.
And you're not really sure which or what she could possibly be, but that's about your best guess.
Okay, that's all I ask for. Thank you. I go to bed.
Okay. Next.
I ask Cameron to keep an eye out and go to bed.
Yeah, I got you. No worries. I don't have to
Wait,
sleep
wait,
anymore,
who's
unlike
bunking with
somebody
who?
I know.
I'm on the top bunk.
I mean,
Taiwan on the
fucking
bottom.
Graham is sleeping with the immovable
Hey.
rod, so
We
Rick,
can
you
cuddle.
cuddle me?
We can, oh yeah.
Is anyone putting Noct to bed, or are we just leaving him on the wall?
I'll use him like a blanket.
All right, if he's claiming Noct, I'll take my rod back.
okay.
Do you like
Me and
unactivate
my
the
rod will go to bed.
You and your rod are going to
I
bed.
asked for
Got it.
cuddles.
I must have
Are
missed.
you cuddling the rod? Wait.
Don't you
No,
cuddle your rod? Come on now.
Oh God. Um.
Mm-hmm.
Ty's going to try to. I don't know how he would know, and it may be. Has he ever heard of this Orb of Vo or Cathedral of Icarus?
Roll me a history or a religion check, and it's going to be a very high DC.
Got it. I will use my guidance just to add on to it. Shit. Come on. Roll the guidance first. Neat. That'll help. That's plus history. I kid you not. That is another natural 20.
What's your total?
Yeah.
You send me your die.
I wish,
Uh,
right?
I'm gonna sleep with your
Um,
die.
I know, right? God. So total
Mhm.
with the guidance is 30.
Okay. The DC was 30.
Oh my god.
I don't. Again,
In
I-
a wild, kind of archaic tome that you had found in an old library in the temple, you remember reading a story one time about this like wild ass story where a bunch of gods got together and kind of had a wager. And there was a lesser one of them that wanted to join the pantheon, but they were not. Oh, they just didn't meet the stature. They didn't meet the power creep qualifications. They didn't have the following to be amongst the pantheon, a demigod, if you will.
Hmm.
And so these particular not so nice uh, set of gods decided to make a deal with this demigod. And they placed him inside of an orb. And they placed his brother inside of the orb and put them at odds with one another. And for centuries upon centuries, would randomly snatch and send adventuring parties inside the orb to daily be tested in the Tower of Vo. And the Tower of Vo was a unending, always altering, endless dungeon. And if this particular god could stop 100 different adventuring parties from reaching the final level of this seemingly unending Tower of Vo, they would grant him kinship within the pantheon and destroy his brother. That's what you know. Quit smiling, Brave.
He always
I can
he
hear
always
it
smirks.
purring.
Huh?
I can hear
I
his
hear
cat
purring.
purring. Cute.
Oh,
It's a Venus
oh,
thing.
that's so cute.
so that's what you know.
Okay.
You have no fucking idea why this woman would want that orb.
Yeah.
Well, there's two demigods in it.
I mean,
I can think of a reason.
that's the one thing I can think of, but
And
also just
and a bunch of
yeah,
adventurers.
yeah.
Is it likely that she's going to try to send us in as a group of adventurers?
I mean, or she's going to
Yeah.
extract all the power from all the adventurers and the two demigods that are in it.
That could be a thing as well.
I can
There are
hear.
many ways that this could be useful to someone of her level of ability, and that's kind of so. I think Ty would have spent some like he only has the chance for 4 hours.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like he may have started like trying to recall this and maybe started talking a little bit about it before everyone went to bed. But I don't think he got to the. I don't know. I would say maybe he got to the full story. Would he have been able? Yeah, he would have gotten through the full story before everyone went to bed, and he would have told it while holding his prayer book, as if he's trying to tell a parable. Um,
Can't believe you rolled a fucking 30.
I don't.
No, I believe you. I believe you. But fuck.
I was. I have like history is
I know. I know.
yeah, and the guidance helped. Like if I hadn't had the guidance and rolled a 4 on the guidance, I wouldn't have gotten 30
What's your plus on history?
plus 6.
Me too. I couldn't roll it.
Damn.
I don't have guidance.
Yeah,
Damn.
yeah. It was
Wild
crazy.
stuff.
A thing.
I'm not one like. I'm usually like try to poker face rolls because you don't know what the DM's wanting to do. So, but
Totally fair.
I was totally kind of awesome. I was like, shit.
So,
Thank you, Die. Please don't fuck me over anymore.
what do you do with your information?
Anymore.
Um,
It hasn't fucked you over yet.
Huh?
Anymore.
Well,
It hasn't fucked you over yet. You've had a great night.
Your mic got knocked away from your mouth from the cat, so you're very quiet.
Oh. Thanks.
I'm just waiting for the cat to just go.
He's gonna do He likes to
Ty
scratch his face on the side of the mic.
Ty will have taken that information, and if there is anyone else, would anyone else be awake?
Sure.
I mean, I would have wanted the information because, like, I'm also Sage and just want to absorb information. So,
Yeah.
like,
So
I, would
I will
stayed up
probably
to
have
absorb the information.
explained that to Ram, and I think Priz was up.
Yeah, I would have been taking profuse notes.
Yeah. So I know at least 2, and yeah, that would have been the idea, just to like at least those 2. I don't know if anyone else is awake.
So
I'm not gonna.
You guys kind of know the stakes now, at least.
Yeah. This is going to be.
Interesting.
This has the potential to be a. It could be very difficult.
Ty, did anything in the vision identify the method by which adventurers were sent into the orb? Because if we're going to retrieve the orb, we should probably know how we can safely handle the orb without going into the orb.
I don't. This was a story in a dirty, dusty old book that I probably shouldn't have been reading, but I was reading anyway.
Mage hand the orb.
I don't know. I don't know, but I
Okay.
did it only. I only know the story because of what I read.
It's good
I don't think
information.
it had. I don't have the way it sounded was the. It sounded like the gods were sending parties into the orb,
Okay.
right? I'm reading my really horribly scratched notes.
That was the same
For
vibe I had.
centuries, someone would snatch and send patrons inside orb to test them.
I just wasn't sure if I was
Naruto.
picking any of the
Yeah.
mechanics. Yeah.
But yeah. So yeah, that's all I would know right now. But yeah, information. I think if nothing else, we'll have just be really, really, really careful. Because we don't want to become a part of the orb.
Agreed.
Okay.
Um,
That was a lot.
Okay, so we're gonna step away from that for a minute.
Huh?
Hi Dakota.
Yo, what's up?
How you doing, bro?
I'm doing.
So you are sitting at your desk.
Yeah.
You have some kind of parchment laid out in front of you. Uh, your navigation implements kind of scattered amongst your table, and you kind of like come to in this space, and you're like, "The fuck am I doing?" And it looks like you're like charting out a piece of some kind of map on this parchment in front of you as you're sitting at your desk, and you've got your cup sitting on the side of the where it always sits in the same place. Your implements and different things hung in your cabin, just kind of gently swaying back and forth as you feel the gentle rocking of your ship as it transpires through its current location. And as you're drawing another couple pieces of this map, you something just like it hit you. I gotta stand up, and I need to go to the room. I don't know why I need to go to the room, but I need to go to the room. So you stand up, push your chair out, push it back in, kind of arrange your things so they don't fall off the desk as the ship is slowly swaying. And you leave the captain's quarters. You make your way down that narrow hallway to the room that we talked about. And you open the door and you close it behind you, and it's just dark in here. So dark. And all of a sudden, it turns on like it normally does whenever you ask it to do its thing, right? But there's something strange in the middle of the space that really has never been there before, that you've never seen before. Roll me an Arcana check.
12.
Something isn't right about the positioning of these two stars that are in the middle of this map. You can't put your finger on why, but this was not here before. And as you're looking at it, you kind of step around it, almost like as if you were taking a walk around the room, just kind of looking at this 3D apparition in front of you. And as you do, and you get to the other side, you see this like twisted, glimmering, like thread that connects the two stars. You've never seen that before either. Matter of fact, you've never seen that before in any of the constellations that you've depicted in this map book or in this space. That has your attention. That is an anomaly that you have never come across. And as you stare at this weird thing, you see two specks inside of that thread between the stars. There is a blue-ish colored speck. And on the other side, a kind of ruddy red-ish colored speck. And as the two stars kind of rotate around each other, that thread bends and twists together. And those two specks just kind of seem to be tidally locked in that space as it just rotates around the star and just kind of drifts in that space. I have to write that down. I've never seen this. I don't understand. That doesn't make sense. There's no star system here. Why is that here? And then the room goes dark again and you step back out. You go back down the hallway to the captain's quarters and you sit down at your desk and you look down at the paper that you were working on in front of you, and your mouth just hangs open, as sitting in front of you is a mostly drawn version of the thing that you saw in the room. That's what you were working on. But you had never been in the room before. You'd never seen that before. How is that on my paper? I wasn't drawing that. I don't know what the hell's going on? I don't understand why, how, and then we pop back to everybody else. So, what are you guys doing as you drift off to sleep?
Rig immediately passes out and starts blowing big snoozy bubbles.
After talking with Graham and Prezira, Ty will do his nightly prayers like he always has, quieter than normal, just because of where he's at. And then he will, eventually lay in the bed underneath Reese, and go into his trance. Just will go into his evening, like, normal trance. And then after the 4 hours, he will then be up and waiting for, keeping an eye on everyone else.
Okay. Funny enough, nothing out of the ordinary happens while you guys are asleep. The lighting in the house dims as you all sleep, and you just see the Echo Maiden sitting in her chair by the window, quietly looking out into the night, or into the endless dusk, as it were, here in the Shadowfell. And as you all awaken the next morning, there is a piping hot breakfast sitting on the table, and she is not dancing around, because this old lady doesn't dance, but she is like moving with just this light-footed vigor around the house, preparing things for you. And as she feeds you and prepares you for the next leg of your journey here within the Shadowfell, my dear friends, because of the time, we are going to go ahead and call it an evening right here. So, to all of you out there who joined us this evening, thank you so much for joining us here on the Golden Feathers of Tiantang. Welcome to 2025. I hope this year treats you better than last year. Just remember to treat everyone with kindness, and especially over this year and the ones to come and follow, that we all band together and we stick this out with everybody at our side. What that means to you, it means to you. So let's go around and say our goodbyes for the evening, and we will let you all get off to bed. So we're going to start in reverse order with Mr. Amador.
Wow, that's me. I'm Amador. Had a great time tonight. Check out all these talented people on their other, projects and stuff and whatnot. You can catch me on Thursdays in a couple more games. Remember, stay in school and don't talk to strangers.
It's very fair. Ty,
Hey everybody, Damon or Ty in this game. What the fuck? Shit. Let's just say that right now. Um, I am DMA Gamer 79 on TikTok and Twitter for now, and also Blue Sky. Yay for that. Um, I am here now every Tuesday, alternating Tuesday night. I'm at the Gaia Chronicles on alternating Monday nights with the Vi Tribe. And then on alternating Thursday nights, with this Thursday being one, I am over on the Halfling Wizard Productions Reign of Vecna game. So doing a few games, and due to some fun stuff, they're all in the same week. Yay!
oh boy, lucky
um,
you.
lucky me. But looking forward to this. Happy to see some wonderful folks back, and good to see you all again. Um, let's have some fun defeating apparently an endless dungeon, or not. That would be great if we don't do that. That would be wonderful. Great.
Hi, Prezira.
Hi, Jess. Play Zera. She's some kind of crazy ass wildflower druid who's now also slightly warlocky. You can find me on YouTube. My channel and famous players are. We did finish the Southern Fried Macbeth. It is now uploaded for anyone who would like to watch. And pretty soon I'm going to be starting up a podcast for reviewing fun 1980s and 90s young adult horror novels under the tagline of thrift store horror. So I will let everyone know when I finally get that going. That's
Ooh.
it.
Excellent. That sounds wonderful. Thank you so much for coming back, and we love having you back. Super excited to have you. Brave, hi.
Hi, I'm Brave. I'm also Rig. I'm only here for your amusement, and I hope that you all enjoyed my rod.
Your rod was enjoyed by many this evening. Thank you so much for sharing. That was very kind of you.
You're welcome.
Bull, the rod scooching thing you. Hi.
I'm Grabgren. I enjoyed the rod more than anybody else tonight, I think.
Full
Rig,
on
I
enjoyment.
appreciate
For
your
sure.
rod.
The sharing was shared.
Yes.
Amazing stuff. Good to
It
see you
needs
again.
girth.
What?
What?
What'd you say?
I said it needs girth.
Oh,
Oh,
might
it
be
worked.
something you have to work on. You might have to work on that. Hi, Dakota.
Hey, I'm Dakota Ursher. I play Noct, the elf wizard thing. Yeah.
Who is currently, unfortunately, still catatonic, but maybe your friends will figure it out next time. And I am DM Dragons, or Player 1, apparently, tonight, as I decided to throw in there. Don't really know why. I am the Chaos Facilitator and the DM for the Golden Feathers of Tiantang. Thank you so much for joining us. And until next time, be kind to one another, show lots of love out there, and take care.
Thank you so much for tuning in to another Vibe Tribe production. What's going to happen next time? Well, you're going to have to tune in to find out. But until then, remember, take care of yourself, love one another, and as always, make sure that you keep the good times rolling. Thank you for being here, and we'll see you next time.